Hey everybody, how we doing? A little walk and talk in pretty frigid weather. I know you guys get very worried when you don't see Karma for a few days. However, it's just winter in upstate New York. It's freezing out here. Oh my God. It's even snowing a little bit. I don't know if you're catching that on there. Not a lot, it's a dusting. Got a little bit of a dusting yesterday. The dog is extremely excited to be out and about on the town. All right, so I know a lot of you have seen the Trump response to what went down in Iran and Iraq yesterday. And overall, I'm kind of happy with it in the sense that it didn't seem like he was going for the escalation route of things. However, again, saying it was a terrorist nation, saying it needs to abandon its nuclear ambitions, demanding that Europe join the fight to stop those nuclear ambitions. Those they don't bring warmth to my heart. They bring worry, okay? And the whole mystery right now surrounding that plane that went down outside of an Iranian airport and was on fire in the air, also troublesome, okay? I'm glad it's de-escalating. Lost y'all there for a second. By the way, thumbs this video up if you're watching. I mean, how do you guys feel? Do you think I'm wrong here? I just think that no matter what, Trump has never been able to admit when he's wrong either. Isn't that a huge issue? Shouldn't we have somebody that has the discernment to say, I evaluated the situation, I spoke out on it, and I was wrong. And I was wrong. Like, I've done that. It's okay to do that. For instance, when I was doing the Bill Barr deep dive earlier this week, I misspoke and I said that Barr had done some work down in South America in Colombia. He did not. It was Columbia University. In the comments, I was corrected. I pinned that comment. I own that. So, really, what should we have had from Trump in the last couple weeks? Let me tell you what we should have had. How we doing, brother? We should have had a president that said, you know, evidence has now come to light, really the past few months, that the supposed chemical attack in Duma never happened. Even the limited response that I gave was wrong. This is further evidence that we have no place in that region and we should withdraw our troops in full from Syria. That's what we should have had. Man, how many of us would have loved that? We should have had a president that said these indictments on Julian Assange are ludicrous, they will not be enforced, and they are not good for this country, period. We don't have that. That's an issue. Okay, by the way, that was my sister beeping at me here on the mean streets of Oneonta. How we doing, Karma? How we doing? We're gonna cross. We might even cross and go down to the park. Karma hasn't gotten a proper park walk in some time. Stay. But, you know, we'll see how far we can get with Tulsi Gabbard. Again, she's got her problems. She's got her issues. She's not my favorite, but she's the only one out there. But you know what? Who has favorites? I'm going to tell you right now. You get into this weird culture, especially in politics, of hero worship, and you think that a party or a person is going to save you. You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. It's not how the actual world works. By the way, thumbs the video up, guys. 47 watching, 13 thumbs. So, look, I think right now, hopefully, we're in a decently safe place with Iran. But again, the Iraqis want us out. They voted. They want us out. Shouldn't we be out? Is there anybody in here that thinks that the war in Iraq was justified? Or Syria, for that matter? Is there anyone out there? And I know that people that are just maybe tuning in for the first time might say, well, ISIS, Jason, Al Qaeda, Jason. And I'm like, don't you realize that in Syria, we armed Al Qaeda, and that pre 9/11, we created Al Qaeda through the Mujahideen and the Bin Laden network, and that same deep state apparatus that Bill Barr whitewashed with the BCCI scandal when he was Attorney General for George H.W. Bush. Not the W, the real demon, HW. A man who was a lifelong Slither Circle, Predator class, intelligence network, dirty guy. Period, amen. That's what George H.W. Bush was. That should be his legacy. An evil demon that helped erect a police state in this country and imperial domination through lies overseas in Eurasia. That should be his legacy, Karma. That's how I feel about it. I mean, my goodness, guys. So, I guess since we're moving, and Karma's really moving. I mean, she's pulling me. She's wanted this walk, even though it's freezing out. She's moaning at me. For those that don't know, my dog here, she is 12 and a half years old. She hopefully will make it to 13 in March. We're actually only a couple months away. I can't believe it. And there was little to no hope that she was going to make it to 13. On August 15th of this summer, I took her into the doctor, and she got diagnosed with osteosarcoma. That is bone cancer. We did the x-rays. I was given dope meds and told she had 2 to 8 weeks to live. Now, I've had her on the Joe Tippins treatment. That's mycancerstory.rocks, which is fenbenzidol, a regular dewormer over the counter, turmeric curcumin, CBD, and vitamin E. And I gotta tell you, man, you take a look, but August 15th was a long time ago. A long time ago. It was more than 8 weeks ago. It's more than 12 weeks ago. I think it was more than 16 weeks ago now. We're like 4+ months over the best case scenario. And she's doing awesome. I mean, she's still limping. I believe when we did those x-rays and we saw, that it had gone through her bone, I don't think that's gonna regenerate, It's not like we're getting a bone marrow transplant. And she's limping a little bit, but she's full throttle. She's feeling great. And I'm gonna try to get Tippins finally on. If you guys didn't see yesterday, I finally got Daniel Hopsicker on after all this time. And although we butted heads on some issues, I'd be glad to have him on again. And I'd be glad to have a lot of people on that maybe my audience doesn't think they'd agree with. But why do we gotta be mockingbirds? Why do we have to listen to a certain perspective? I wanna listen to all perspectives. I wanna get Webster Tarpley on. I miss the Tarpley. Listen, that doesn't mean Tarpley was right about everything either. And I don't think that Hopsicker is. I know I'm not. I know I'm not some omnipotent being. The Democrats will find a way to get the war started. The Democrats are the party of Satan, Jason. Listen, are you insane? Do you not realize it's the Democrats and the Republicans? Show me all the Republicans talking about Julian Assange, the OPCW leaks, and the fact there was no chemical attack in Duma, that there was no toxicity reports, no eyewitness accounts, no video evidence that said there were. You need to do the Last American Vagabond show. I don't know that, I've heard that name, I don't really know who they are. Let's say, same bird with two wings, that's right. Both sides are nut jobs. The Democrats. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? It's the Republicans and the Democrats. Listen, Dennis Kucinich, other than now Tulsi Gabbard, was really the last mainline Democrat to call out the war powers. A lot of people don't realize it, but he read off 30 plus, I think it was either 32 or 33, articles of impeachment against George Bush. And it was largely ignored by the media then. It's not even really a footnote in history. And a few of those had to do with 9/11, and that's important because when Trump steps up there and he starts talking about Iran, he starts talking about our Middle East policy, remember, all of that is based on the lies we were told about 9/11. Deal with it. That's the truth. Go watch my film Fabled Enemies after this, if you think I'm wrong. Please, disprove me. I'm always listening, guys. I'm always available to see presentable evidence. Isn't that right, Karma? So here we are at the park. Thumbs this video up on your way out, guys. If you're new, join the Burmese Brigade. Believe me, we do a lot more than just walk and talks around the neighborhood, although I know some of you guys really do love these, and I love it too, especially we get out there with the Karma, and she loves it. So make sure you're subscribed. If you can financially support me, go to the GoFundMe, $5, $10, $15. Means the world to me. and it keeps independent media like this going. So I'll see you guys on the flip. Love you.